Pivot, a wellness project, day 20. How do you show up as a leader in your life? Self leadership is one of the biggest things that we can really work on. Um, in a world where there's lockdowns, this vicious disease that's cutting through many populations, and us trying to be at the whims of change, change that's beyond our control. The one thing that you can control is you. And how you bring yourself to leading yourself has an impact on bringing yourself towards leading and learning and loving all of the people in your life, the ones that you can be around at least, and the ones that you can be in contact with. So after you go through a cycle of development, which is a huge ordeal every single time, it's a big thing. It takes a lot of energy, and you get better at it with time. Every cycle of development, uh, you get to the end of it, and then you just think it's time to move on, right? But it's not time to move on. You've gone through the process of observing yourself. You've gone through the process of looking at all of the pieces once you can objectify it. You've taken that and you've started to rewrite a new story and potentially head in a new direction. And then with that, you've practiced. Where you go with that once it's done is that sometimes you'll have a sense of immediate success or a gradual success. Potentially it was okay in terms of the mediocre in the achievement, or failure or very limited success. Within that, if you just keep on moving forward, left foot, left foot, right foot, without taking pause, you don't quite get the big picture. So to get this last step in, which I call a postmortem, some people call it a conclusion, some call it completion. To finish the full cycle of development, you have to go through this last little bit, and it's in the notion of a postmortem. What you want to be doing is essentially asking three critical questions for some. It's what, how, and why. In a nutshell, what did I do? What did I see? How? How did I react to it? How did I go about doing something and results of reacting to it? And then three, why? Why did I do it? Why did it work? Why didn't it work? Why should I move on? And if you can ask those types of questions, who, how, sorry, what how, and why, you can address some very, very specific lenses that you can look at. And the first is just the what was I thinking? That's a big one. What was I with that? How was I thinking? How was I thinking? And why did I think that? The next step would be to go, what was I feeling in my body? How was I feeling in my body? And then why did my body feel that way? A big one within that, following from that, it's necessarily this will follow. What emotions did that bring about in me, in my body? Where, how did I feel it within my body? How did it affect my body? And why did my body feel that way? In terms of the next step, it's what did I do in terms of my behavior with another individual? Because that's the next thing. You feel it inside, you take it out. How did I interact with that other individual or other individuals? And then why did I act the way I did? And why would I move forward in acting these ways with these other people? That's the interpersonal realm. From the perspective of moral, the what did I do? How did I go about going through my actions, and then why did I make these actions in terms of trying to affect change in the world? And then finally, the feedback from the universe, which is spiritual. Why am I going through this? In looking at the bigger picture, how am I going to keep on going about this? And then why um, why am I going to keep on doing this? So it's a what, how, and why. What, how, and why. So if you take the time to actually do these self-reflective, um, objectifying the pieces, writing a narrative, practice, 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 and then ultimately doing this postmortem, right? You've done this cycle, and then there's the moment where you have a better understanding of it. That's three dimensions of it, even possibly four dimensions of it, and you see it from all angles, and then you can move forward. And the cool thing is, as a cycle of development moves forward, you get better at it over time. And actually, it becomes more efficient and it's self organizing over time. And then the powerful potential of change really does happen. So by the time you're in the vision forward, looking back, you look back and you go, yeah, what was the problem? How was it so hard? And why did I even see that as an issue? It's a pivot, 1 degree, and slide.